So, a while ago I saw this video by Martin Cito Pants? What kind of name is that? Well, anyways, the video is called The Ultimate Flash Games Tier List. My experience with Flash games looked vastly different though, so here we are. Oh, not all of them are Flash exclusive, but who cares? So let's start with a classic game, Bubble Shooter. You shoot bubbles to pop other bubbles. 3 bubbles of the same color will pop, and if you don't pop any bubbles with a shot, bubbles will start filling up the screen until you lose. Every time you pop bubbles and hear the amazing sound, you get a dopamine boost, and oh boy, don't get me started on how good it feels to get one of these MLG trick shots. On the other hand, you feel absolutely terrible when missing a shot. Very simple concept that even my grandpa would understand. Well, he did understand it, and he was the one who introduced me to this game as well. So, anyways, the concept seems like one of these Candy Crush type concepts with thousands of C tier. The next game is
Ninja Painter!
Didn't you always want to be a ninja? Well, now you are, but instead of fighting, you are going to be painting walls? Well,
amazing.
But I mean, at least you can collect shiny golden stars. Woohoo! Every level has 3 of them, and there are 30 levels in 3 different stages. The stages are Village, Town, and
Brick City.
The only real difficulty here comes from these windows where you can just fall out and die. But only an idiot would fall for the same trap twice. Would be a pretty solid game if I didn't have to listen to this stupid soundtrack for 40 minutes! C tier. The next game is Traffic Slam 3. Why the third part, you ask? Well, I've never seen Traffic Slam 1, and the second part, the one that I always played, was not available on Flashpoint. But here we are. Your main goal in this game is to cause as much destruction as you can to this map and your ears. To do that, you're given a vehicle which has a bomb attached to it. You can crash into things and pick up bonuses with your car. But the best thing has to be activating those remote triggers to blow up whole buildings. To destroy even more of the city, you can choose from 7 different vehicles. These include your standard car, the Ford Mustang, a school bus that can give you a quick speed boost, a wheel loader which can move its bucket. Did you know that this thing is called a bucket? Because I didn't. A monster truck that jumps, a tank with unlimited firepower, the car from Traffic Slam 2, and a fucking plane? Sorry, but who thought putting a plane to this game was a good idea? When the timer runs out, you explode and get to cause a bit of extra havoc to the city with your wreck. Or you can buy a nuclear detonator which will, well, explode. Very fun to play around with, but the map is way smaller than the one in Traffic Slam 2, so it does get a bit stale after a while. A low B tier. Next up, we have Cactus McCoy. In this game you play as McCoy. He's supposed to get this cactus artifact for his 4-armed boss. His boss looks very friendly. Anyways, McCoy gets the artifact but ignores a warning that looks like it was written by a toddler. And he should have taken that warning seriously, because while he's sleeping, he turns into a cactus. And just when he thinks things couldn't get worse, a ghost with the name Popoka, is that the right translation? So Ghost visits him and tells him that he should bring the artifact back if he doesn't want to turn into stone. McCoy's boss still wants the artifact though, so he lets his servants hunt you down, and you start your journey in the Cactus Canyon. On your way to the Emerald Shrine, you find multiple different enemigos, and can choose to fight them with 5 different weapon classes. Punching, swinging, shooting, throwing, and whipping. While all the weapons from one class are similar, some of them are a bit more special. Examples are the Scythe, which deals a lot of damage, Scorpions, which will search the next target when hitting the ground, the Bazooka, which goes, and the Gatling Gun, which, after fighting your way through the 11 different stages, you arrive at the Emerald Shrine, where McCoy's boss is already waiting for you. There, you have an epic boss fight. The boss fight is super easy. I beat it first try and it wasn't even close. Overall, I enjoyed my time, especially when I was able to whip my enemies to death with the rattlesnake. Good game. A tier. The next game we have on the list is Car Eats Car 2. Here's the story. In this game, cars eat cars, or they try to and fail. You have to get to the end of every level without getting eaten. But once you play enough, you will be able to escape the endless cycle and just start blasting all the cars away. Okay, seriously, the progress in this game is so amazing. Every time you upgrade your car, you get a little animation. And your car goes from this to this. It's really satisfying. Sadly, the game has quite a few bugs though. But it has good puns. Buster. A tier. You probably know the next game. Because it's Bloons Tower Defense 3. Bloons Tower Defense is one of the best tower defense games out there, and the third part was the one that actually introduced me to the series. Bloons Tower Defense is the game where you place your monkey towers or cannons. Why does it always come back to explosions? So you place your monkeys to destroy the balloons and the boats. Okay, yeah, I know that these are blimps, but when I saw them for the first time, I literally thought that they were boats, and you can't tell me they do not look like boats. Just look at them. My favorite tower is the Spikopult. Yeah, the plasma monkey is really cool, but the Spikopult can be so satisfying. Just get a straight line and you're ready to go. Another nice thing you have going on with your towers is the synergy between ice and other towers. The ice tower will prevent the balloons from being popped by certain projectiles, so you try to avoid putting a dart monkey near the ice tower. Other towers can pop frozen balloons though, and so you have to carefully choose where to put your ice towers. The game is awesome, it's definitely a tier. The next game is a balloons game as well, but not a tower defense game. I'm talking about the original balloons game. This game is pretty similar to Bubble Shooter. You have to shoot darts to pop balloons, but unlike Bubble Shooter, it is more optimized for monkey brains like me. Instead of having to match the colors, you can just shoot every color you want. On your journey through the 50 levels, you come across all different kinds of balloons. A few examples are the Tag Balloon, the Spike Ball Balloon, a Pac-Man Balloon, and of course... Overall, a pretty solid game, but nothing special. C tier. The next game is Hell. Look, even he doesn't want to be in this game. When you start this game out, you might think that it's an easy game, probably made for kids. But as soon as you meet the first enemies, you realize that the controls are incredibly clunky. The first level is not too hard though, and after you get supplies from the shop, you move on to the second level. This level is also very easy. Say hello to Bloons Tower Defense, except this time the balloons and the monkeys banded together and are trying to annoy you with weird jump and run segments and unreasonable enemy placements that will make sure you get hit. But it is not too bad, and again, you move on to the next level, which is... Oh look, he still moves a bro. So in this level, you get your first superpower, which allows you to... Moving on to the next level, this is where things start to get annoying. First you get this right to left autoscroller with awful vision. Then you get this bottom to top autoscroller with even more awful vision and a weird jump at the end. After that you fight another monkey with your new fire superpower. Level 5 is pretty good actually. You get the air superpower that allows you to double jump, and the parkour is intense but fair. But level 6 is pain. You are back at your hometown and the siren guy set it on fire, so you try to find the water superpower. But the cave where you find the power is probably the worst part of the whole game. I went on this elevator and my game just went blank, and I had to wait 160 seconds to die and respawn. and because I somehow kept my superpower, which restricts my movement, I lost almost all of my lives going back to the water area. And the boss fight in the level is just weird, but it only took me 40 minutes to beat. Maybe it's not that bad? Okay, never mind. F tier. Ah yes. Fireboy and Water Girl, the go-to flash game to play with a friend. I mean, you can play it alone, but contrary to what I said in earlier videos,
I would have many friends.
I actually have friends, so I forced one of them to play with me. Even though, after playing this game, you might have broken all of your friendships. So, just watch on your own.
Put the lever back.
Wait,
Put the lever back. Put the... No. First, okay.
Oh,
what are you doing?
I like when, like, it feels pro. Oh, no, thank you. No.
No, oh my god, no! Okay, wait, no, you're gonna die!
No, I'm angry.
No, boy! Oh my god, did you see that?
No. Why is even your part so?
Okay, oh my god!
I'm the best one!
Okay, please don't. That's half. Oh, okay. You don't. That...
Slipped.
I jumped.
No.
Okay, then you.
Oh, it must be pretty hard.
These are slow.
Why is the last part like?
I jumped. Not gonna be stupid again. What? Oh.
No problem about this is hard. But...
I'm gonna rank this game F tier.
Thanks.
Oh my god, we did it! Let's go!
Oh.
So yeah, as you can see, things get pretty heated. And I would have given this game a better tier, but in honor of my friend,
When, like, oh my god, not
I
again.
think I gotta give this game an F tier. Now, let's get to our first S tier game, Into Space. In this game, you want to fly into space? You might know a similar game called Learn to Fly 3, but screw that game because I have this game! I don't want anyone saying, oh, but Learn to Fly 3 is better! In this game, you upgrade your rocket to fly... Okay, I'm not gonna do the same joke again, it's boring. But trust me, the game is really fun. It combines the upgrade satisfaction from Car Eats Car 2, the sound satisfaction from Bubble Shooter, and when your fuel runs out and you fall to the ground, the destruct. Stop! I know you want to hear yet another explosion, but trust me, this time I will not let it happen. We're just going to carefully put this game in S tier and move on to the next game. This is Takeover! Conquer the land and freed from the Necromancer nation. In order to do this, choose one of 3 different nations.
Duchy of Wisteria. Let's bring glory and fame back to the Empire.
Crimson Horde. Let's take back our steppers.
Icesail's cold. Let's unite the nation and restore the faith.
Build farms and mines and set out troops to capture the enemy's castles. You can also use spells. Wait, no! Hopefully we can get through the rest of the video without explosions. Since this is a strategy game, let me introduce you to my favorite tactic. Take the ice tribe and then buy a gunboat troop. And then you buy another one. And then another one. And then another one. I gotta say, this game looks kinda boring, but it's actually surprisingly fun. Maybe I just have a nostalgia bias though. However, there's a lot of variation with the 3 factions and all these different troops. I would say it's a solid A tier. Farm Doggy was certainly a disappointment. I remembered the game as a very interesting and unique stealth game with new mechanics introduced in every level. But boy was I wrong. All you have to do is collect sheep and dodge these freedom-embracing farmers. America. I was literally bored after the 5th level, so I decided to play the game on my own way, by turning it into a bullet hell game. While this was definitely not an efficient way to play the game, it was by far the most fun way to play. D tier.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the
Snail Bob is a light-hearted puzzle game in which you as the player must navigate Bob around a construction site to find him a new home. You can do this by either interacting with Bob directly or the environment around him. You know, when I remembered interesting new mechanics being introduced in every level of Farm Doggy, I must have been thinking of Snail Bob instead. Whether it's a simple button press protecting him from falling lava, or Bob just being distracted by a hot snail lady. The game has a small twist for you at every step. Of all the games we've looked at so far, this one is definitely the shortest, only taking me 7 minutes to complete. However, the game is built upon in later entries. Holy shit, this game has 7 sequels and a mobile port? Which makes this one a great introduction to the series. On top of that, there are no explosions in this game. It's so peaceful. What I love most about the series is its attention to detail, which can already be seen here, either in death or victory. Cheers, Bob. S tier. Come on, can you get into position a little bit faster? Come on, hurry up, we don't have all day, you know? Crash. Crash the robot, that is. I think the title is self-explanatory. I think it's also self-explanatory that this game features explosions yet again. A lot of them, actually. The goal of the game is literally to make the robot explode. This was much harder than I expected it to be, and that's mostly due to the weird physics, which also prevented me from passing level 37. If you know what to do here, let me know. B tier. B for Bob. Alright, let's check out the next game. Traffic in Los Angeles is, not good. I've been there once and I can confirm. You control the traffic lights and can decide when the brain-dead drivers cross the intersection. Wait too long and a traffic jam will form, making you lose. This puts a lot of pressure on you to turn the lights green and thus leads to a lot of dumb decisions. No! Oh. Eventually the cars will crash. Kaboom. Looks like you blew it. Blew what exactly? I especially struggled with the last 2 levels, which took me 35 minutes combined. No! It's a very basic game, C tier. Our next game is Slammings. It works a bit like a tower defense game, just without the towers, I guess. Slammings of all different sizes and forms will come to attack you, and you must defend the snail-looking structure. Wait, is this why Bob had to find a new home? Well, these are not my words, but from the developers themselves. It's extermination time for these buggers. Alright, I can't be doing all this dirty work with my own hand. What do we have here? A drawing tool?
The moment that they're able to be creative, they will draw a dick.
I made a rock, look, a rock, okay? What else do we have? A bomb? Sure, I'll make an alliance with the explosions. Scissors? Whoa, that's why my parents always warned me not to run with scissors in my hand. A spoon? Come on, there has to be something more powerful here. Don't tell anyone, but there's another secret tool. Glorious! No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. I had way more fun with this than I want to admit, but I kept getting frame drops, which really made the game feel unsatisfying at times. B tier. Talking of fun, Frizzle FR was certainly not fun. It was just plain boring. It was, in fact, so boring that I don't even have anything to say about this game. And you know what a wise frog once said?
Low-end mediocrity is far worse than abject failure.
So, in a cruel twist of fate, Drago Adventure will be moved up to D tier, and Frizzle FR will take its spot. Hopefully, the next game will be a bit... Oh. Well, would you believe me that this game was more engaging than Frizzle FR? There's all kinds of different tricks to perform, and even a small rhythm game portion. After being brain numb for 50 minutes straight, this was a nice breath of fresh air. You can even customize your dolphin. There's the gay dolphin, the glitter dolphin. I think the shark fits me better. There's not too much to do, so after a few minutes the novelty does run off. But still, enough for C tier. I have to admit that during the making of this video, I came to the conclusion that most of these games are fun for a while, but their charm quickly wears off. They often feel outdated, shallow and boring. While I did have fun replaying all these games over a span of 3 years, I also came to the realization that the memories we had with these games simply will never come back. Wait, that last game. That's Bloom Defender. In my opinion, it's the perfect Flash game. It has engaging tower defense gameplay, yet simple mechanics and no complicated tutorial. It has great and most importantly consistent graphics that create a pleasant experience. Adding to that is the amazing soundtrack. Just give it a listen. And there's quite a bit of content to be played, even some secret stages. This was my favorite Flash game back in the day. While I do think it stands out among the crowd, it further drives my point home that we like most of these games mainly due to nostalgia. So, if you have a favorite game from this time, don't be discouraged by any rankings. Just cherish the memories you made with it.